Hey, what's up, guys? What's up? Welcome back to yet another live stream. I'm Jim on YouTube from Kenya, East Africa, and welcome back to the channel, guys. There's some hope that I keep seeing daily, and that's why at least I have to be doing these live streams daily because at least they're making a difference. They're making a difference. However little it may be, I know it's a big difference. So that's why I'm here daily pushing to make sure that we are attaining the remaining watch hours. Very still something like this, man. Something small, and we will be achieving. We'll be able to monetize this channel for sure. Yeah. Very soon. Very soon. I pray that before the month is over, that we have such good news of saying this channel is monetized, and well, it will be a joyous moment. It's a moment that I've been waiting for past 2 years, man. It's now some years, 2 years and some months, of course. So probably yes. Let's keep going, guys. Your support is highly appreciated. And so later been so I don't know, tomorrow sometimes so tricky. Whenever I think of that, let me not promise, but hopefully videos will begin to come next month. They'll be back to back. We'll have videos at least daily, or at least the 7 days of the week. Uh, 5 days I should be making posts, the videos. Yes, that will be amazing. Yeah, it's raining today. It's actually been raining. I don't know where you're from. Don't know where you are. What's going on? Yeah, today here it's been raining. Yeah, we thank God. These are blessings and fantastic. Yo. Yeah, it's still raining actually. There's some drizzles still on. Wow. Yes. We Oh, oh, too much yawning. Too much yawning. Yes, kindly remember giving to give a like to the live stream. Kindly hit the like button or double tap the screen to give a like. It's 11 sharp in the PM. Oh, this one. No ego in the building. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Kaka. How have you been? Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome. Hope your days. Hope your day is fine. Hope your day is fine. Yeah. What's up, Kaka? Good to see you too. Fantastic. Yeah. Nice, nice. Karibu tena. Oh. Yeah. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah. Karibu tena. Karibu tena kwa siku nyingine. Tumeanza live stream ya kwetu. Na wakaribisha wote. I welcome you all on this live stream today. Basically, that's what I've said in Swahili, and I know you are good. You already know some part of Swahili, and so good. How's your day, or how is the day? How is the day over there? I know you are still now working. For us here tumefunga kila kitu, tumefunga, ni wakati wa kupumzika. We have closed down, like if there are businesses and so on. It's time to rest. But for me here, before I rest, I have to do this, to finalize by doing this stream, you know. I know if I was there, we will walk and talk Swahili for sure, for sure. Be like going around habari, habari, nzuri, mambo, poa, tule chakula, eat some food, ugali, and chicken, ugali kuku. Eh? I'm in bed relaxing. I almost dozed off. Oh, okay. Yeah, probably you need some rest because you work so hard. That's one thing for sure. One day, kaka, yes, you go around eat kuku and nyama choma. Nyama choma. That's one of the best, And hold on, I have a call. Okay, no problem. You're excused, bro. Sauti ya Yonu toka jangwani, apite Bwana apite, tengenezeni njia Bwana apite. Yes, tengenezeni njia Bwana apite. Daddy don't touch. Hello, hello. Windball in the building. How are you? Yeah, good to see you. How have you been? How is the day? Welcome, welcome. Welcome. Welcome back to yet another stream. I'm well, thank you. How are you? I'm good too, thank God. Yeah, I'm healthy. Yeah, no sound mind, of course. Yes, thank you so much for coming again to support. I really appreciate. Uh-huh. Yeah, it's raining. It's drizzling a little bit, but hope you no noise, no much noise from the outside. Yeah, we have some rains on. Yes. I don't know if I got the I checked out the Instagram page. I did send you I sent you a request, I think. Hopefully you'd be able to see it. Yeah, and a text. Yeah, I'm Jim. Also, I use the same name. I am Jim, or I am Jim at at I am Jim underscore Jim 4. Yes. Okay, no problem. Yes. Do you know there's a community among here there's a community here in Kenya known as the Maasai. Hope you've heard of them. When you are here, I saw it. I'm not very active on IG. Apologies for not responding sooner. Okay, no problem. Okay. Yeah, at some point maybe I was doubting maybe but I see I clicked on the right one, on the right account. Okay, but no problem. Yes. Yeah, okay. And of course I know you have lots of, maybe you could be having lots of messages in that zone. It's understood. It's well understood. Yes. Yes, I follow Masai with passport. Yeah, they have. That's one of the communities that we still have in Kenya that is actually still maintaining their cultural practices. Most of them actually, from dressing and other things. Huh? Masai with passport is one of them, but Masai with passport is upgrading. Is upgrading slowly by slowly. Yes, whenever he goes to the series, I think he's also trying to. He's getting, he's seeing some changes and is impressing them. But we have those that are deep in the Maasai land. They are still holding on to their very, very, very early practices. Talk of dressing, so a passage of rites which includes circumcision and other things, and also whereby one has to go very hard. You have to be very brave going to the jungle to meet a lion and just kill it by the sword or a very simple weapon. Yes, and that's actually one of the requirements for you to be a Moran in the community. That's one of the qualification. If you happen to kill a lion, oh, you are the best now. Yeah, I don't know, but right now, long ago it used to be so strict because right now with the things to do with the government, also I know that there's some rules that have been put in place, and I think they are making corrections on that, not to kill the wildlife anyhow. Yeah, yeah, those are good. Sometimes changes come, and we have to embrace them for the good, if it is. Very nice. Yes, true. And it's true. Masai, the passport is upgrading. I like it. Yeah, right now they have changed. They have a different perspective to do with the. Long time ago it was like something a must. You go and face the lion and happen to kill it. But nowadays with the government and also some rules to do with the wildlife they have to protect. Yes, they are actually the government at some point is has come together, like they're working together with the communities, because for them they just live in the jungle, purely in the jungle, whereby anytime you're walking you're going to be meeting a lion, and or you're going to be meeting a leopard somehow. Mm? And you have to be brave and scare it. So nowadays mostly they just scare them. And of course, I think over time these guys I think also animals get to notice something, because for them being in the jungle they also feel the Maasai's. Because there's some point whereby when they see a Maasai and they know them, they'll begin to walk away or run away. So that means that animals also over time or within the environment, they actually know that this is how it's supposed to be. Yeah, like there's a time I had a friend. He comes from the deep West Pokot. He was actually attacked by the leopard. Leopard attacked him and kind of really had to it his eye, almost like had a very big bite on the eye. Yeah, but he survived. He was treated here in operation, and things worked out. Yes. Where I come from, there are no animals. Not most, you are not going to meet animals. Maybe something dangerous that you can meet from the land where I come from in these days, it can actually be a snake. And not so much like, you see, also with human activities, over time with the human activities and the population growing, it has actually displaced a lot of things. Now, when people clear up land, those are habitats of animals like the animals like the snake, and many others that call that habitat home actually migrate. They move far away. At some reason, they just move far away, and also there are a lot of changes. With the population, I also realized that animals probably will be displaced, because for them they rely fully on the natural habitat or the forest and so on. So human beings have, the population has increased and they are pushing and settling on the places that maybe were once occupied by these animals, and so they keep pushing them far away. I I fear snakes. Yeah, but yeah, snakes are bad. Okay, snakes are dangerous, but not all of them. You know, I grew up in a family whereby animals were being raised. As a young boy, growing up, and each and every day you have to go grazing the animals. So, and during then, because right now I can actually say the population has really gone. Population has increased, and increase of population, it means there will be high demand of some things. One, there will be people now need land to build on, land to settle. So most of the things that maybe people were finding within their environment, within where they live, and the population has increased, they are going to be scarce, and they have to go an extra mile, maybe finding from other sources like forests and places that were not being touched, that were just left for wild animals and so on, like natural habitats for these animals. So during those days when the population was low, it was very common. It was very common because you will find bushes. Like even you'll be told this someone's land, because they are not cultivating, they are not doing anything. This land is going um to be uh, uh, occupied, or plants such as the bushes are going to grow on. And the moment they grow on, it means it's creating an habitat like for things like snakes. Even at home, just in your own home, kind of you'll end up meeting a snake. And as a young boy growing up, they think that, we were told whenever you meet one, you just hit the head. Obviously, you'll move around with a stick, a very nice stick. We call them rungus here. It will either be a rungu or a stick, or probably kind of a walking stick. But specifically, that was meant for dealing with any danger you will come across. At some point, you'll be using it to graze animals, and whenever you have it and you meet a snake, it's the same that you'll use to hit the snake. Yeah. Yeah. Growing up in such environment whereby you are meeting such things, it increases your courage and makes you know that this is a life. And so over time you end up not fearing things. Like you end up not fearing when you see things, you have a way to approach and like deal with it. So that was the kind of life actually. As a village boy, or a boy that grew up in the village grazing your parents' animals, that was common. It was a common thing to come across snakes of all kind. But there was only one area. In Africa is just something is something else. You'll hear of the stories that of the witches, or maybe a family or somebody keeps a snake as a pet to help them to do some strange things. So where we are grazing, at some point we'll come across places that were very scaring and strange, and you'll be told, do you know that someone or and something funny is that in the village they'll get to know what's going on. You'll be told that such a family keeps a snake at the river. So only such things will maybe try, as a young man growing up. When you hear such a thing, maybe those are the things that will try to bring or put you in fear at some point, because now people keeping snakes. Yeah, but it was a true story. I remember there was someone that had kept one. It was very big because the environment in the village, definitely it requires you to have a very large. If you have such things of secrets, it needs you to have something like a forest and so on. And they were finding some better place to go and hide, maybe in the forest. There are very places that are hidden, so that's where they go to do their secret things actually. It's just like if you have had if mostly people that are into secrets and doing some deep things that one may not understand, they end up having special places of doing such things. Maybe you'll find that it's the river, huh? And especially in Africa. In Africa, there are there are so many things to do. Like maybe you want to perform some things, mostly witchcraft. They believed being very close at some strategic place at the river, where maybe water is like this, then they are going to perform some rituals then. Mhm. For some things to happen. This is so common, and I've had it all like the whole of Africa. I've had some stories from people from Namibia. You'll hear stories, and you'll be like, oh, so this is happening. Yeah, it's a voodoo. For it's similar because voodoo is also witchcraft. Here it's commonly known as witchcraft. That's definitely witchcraft. Yeah, witchcraft. Yeah, certain practices, secret practices that people just believe in, and something like keeping. Do you know that somewhere in Africa, you could find someone keeping a tortoise. He's not a member of KWF, or he's not trying to maybe to preserve these things, but he has only one tortoise, or he has one leopard, or he has he has one snake, or he or she. Mostly you'll find they are women, or they are women or gentlemen. They are is a man or a lady. So you'll and mostly these things they may find these things in their hands because why? It is inherited. Maybe the grandfather was performing some things, so it is passed on to the next generation. And at some point, it's very difficult to convince this person that you are doing the wrong thing. This is not so. They end up passing it. And so if they believe in it and somehow they believe it has some powers for them that are working, definitely it's going to be something else. They hold on to it. And such people would actually end up causing trouble in the village. Will end up causing trouble in the village. One, they will not want, they do not want of kids in the village, or actually what they do are bad things. So they will end up trying to make sure that that village kids are not being they are not being educated. At some point, yes, you are pushing your kid to go to school, but they have done something to them that for them to be confused. In that they may have hard time being going to school and performing well. Huh? Such things, they just have difficulties. Yes, it is not on their own. It's not on their own. It is something that has been done. Something that has been done to them, pulling them. Greetings, Papa James. Kali MTN, how are you, my friend? It's been a long, missing to see you maybe just for even a day or two, Kali. That means something else to me. How have you been, my friend? How have you been, Kali? I'm good. How about you? How is everything? How is Nairobi? Yes. So you'll find out that the practices that they are into, maybe they are affecting the entire community. You find out someone telling you that a certain area, and it used to be, and at some point I had to agree. Always we are told that or maybe you have heard at some point you are told that life is spiritual. Life is spiritual. Yes, Life is spiritual, actually. That's very true. Because there's some things that you begin to. Yes. So these people also they go deep and they do things that could actually end up there affecting people's lives. They might even decide to punish the villagers because of their evil powers. They said it's not going to rain in this village. In fact, and you just find out that some other places are experiencing rains. Some the village, maybe the neighboring regions, or maybe somewhere villages that you know very well. You know the trends of rain in your places. They are experiencing, but why not in your place? Then you'll hear in Africa they'll tell you someone here is doing something with their evil powers. They are holding on to the reins. And this is possible because at some point, because initially we've been taught this, we were even taught in school about African traditional society, about the African traditional society and their beliefs and so on. At some extent, we used to have even we used to have the rainmakers. We used to have good people like the seers who could do some good things to the community. And at the same time, if we had those good people, we also had these other people that will do bad things using their evil powers. Kalemtien says it's been long. I've been good. We are trying. Oh, thank you so much, bro. Keep trying, man. Keep pushing. LMTN, well, I'm well. Thank you for asking. How about you? Okay, that's from Kali. LMTN, I'm well. Thank you, Kali. Okay. Yes, thank you so much, guys, for the likes. Thank you so much for the likes. And thank you so much for the love and support you always showing. You guys really appreciate it. I do not take this for granted. Your being here means a lot. Yes, my friend from Cali, my friend Cali, we come from the same region. And most of the things Cali, I might be saying, most of the things Cali has a, Cali has a clue about them. Has a clue. Taratibu, taratibu, piti. Oh na 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 na. Carl, it seems of late you've been busy. You've been busy with work. Huh? My friend. No, I was trying to explain some things to do with our people here, and and Windball says she fears snakes. So I was telling her during those days, looking after animals. It was a common thing that you'll come across a snake and you'll happen to crush its head very hard. But I also went further, telling her that the in African villages, you will find people also owning these things, owning a snake, owning a tortoise, owning a leopard. There was one, this is a true story. There's one, our neighbor, that was actually keeping a leopard. He was keeping a leopard and a snake. And as a matter of fact, it was proved, yes, even a hyena. But Nigerians mostly are the one keeping hyenas. Back in my village, I've heard of the leopard And at some point I've seen, of course, in this where I schooled, the place, my primary school, it used to be a boarding school, and it was very close to, it was close to a hilly place, and this hilly place was with vegetation, lots of vegetation that are natural, and the terrain is rocky and with lots of vegetation. So it was owned by a family, and this family, they had roots to do with, they had roots to do with some funny things to do with witchcraft. So this leopard, at some point, it was being kept for that purpose, you know. It was being kept for that purpose, and at some point during the night, it would actually leave leave the hills, you know, leave the hills, and it was most of the time spotted. Even in school, we would be warned because it would come and walk some areas just because the school was neighboring to these guys and this hill that is so intense with vegetation and so on. So we used to be warned during the night, please make sure you are in the dormitory after classes. And it was spotted several times, not very often, but some of the times it would be spotted. It used to come and it would pause at a place, and it will be moving just in that place. Yes, man, I've been busy. Missed Maro's live stream. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I didn't see you there. I didn't see you, Kali, and I was wondering, how is my friend doing? Where is my friend? So it is something. And that was actually the second incident of me hearing of someone, uh, like some people are keeping leopards uh, for witchcraft, that is. Purposely in Africa, it is for witchcraft. If you find someone with these animals, and it is one, just one, not several, because there's some people who are volunteered to kind of uh, preserve these animals, yes, but they should be in large numbers. Maybe if someone has 20 animals, that is actually something understood. But if one, or if a person ends up having only one leopard in their home, and it's not there, like it's kept there for people to see, they hide it. They hide it. And at some point, maybe they'll release it during the night to just move around. Maybe it will be back. It will be back for, it will be back, it will be back in the house when it downs. And usually it's like, you know, they have those powers and how to control it. Whenever it will go during the night, it has to come back when it downs, and it will be at home. Leopard for witchcraft, of course, yes. In Africa, I've seen this one growing up. My neighbor in the village, you know, growing up, families had not enlarged so much. They were in there were small families. You'll find people living in a 10 acre of land, 50 acre of land, and people were living very far apart. And this actually, because people are from different backgrounds, you'll find that some people found themselves in the lineage whereby they had things to do. They had things to do for their gods. And they will, at some point, they will call them traditions, but they were just things they valued, the things they treasured, their gods. In that, let's do this. This is what we do. This is what we know. At the end of the day, if you tell them it's witchcraft, they'll be like, no, that's what you believe in. Yeah, so leopard for witchcraft in Africa, very true. In Nigeria, I've seen that's even on YouTube. Actually, I've seen on YouTube where leopards are kept for that. They keep the leopards actually. And it's not for anything else, maybe just witchcraft. There are some things there these animals are helping them to do. Yeah. So, but in my incident, the leopard I saw on one of our neighbors, because at some point there used to be a lot of trouble. And but then I remember I was around 10 years. I was around 10 years. And the villagers gathered themselves and spoke about it and said, we have a problem, and our problem is being caused by this person. And it's interesting how these old things people get to know. People get to know these things. If there's somebody in the village and is doing a wrong thing, they'll probably know. If this switch is so tough, is so like he can do something, but the villagers know. So this guy, he had done a lot of things and people were complaining in the village. So the villagers decided to come together and actually kind of ambush him in his home. And they happened to ambush this guy and got him. So going to the place that he was living, opening up some very funny structures, the leopard dashed from one of the structures and ran into the bushes and the hills. You know, he was staying somewhere, some place that it was very hilly. It was hilly and a valley down there. So when the villagers attacked them, they were going to look for, like, we hear you have this, in the process of destroying everything. It was actually, they went there with a total destruction, like just bringing down everything to make sure this guy is no more, or this guy stops his practices. So in the process of them destroying, the leopard came from one of his structures, and people were scared. It dashed, went running. And also the snake, he had a snake and it was being put in a pot. So the pot, it had some things that he had collected from people. Huh? See, collecting you see this witchcraft or people that evil, they are performing evil things in the village. They end up collecting things. They might end up collecting things like panties, boxers, any piece of cloth, a piece of cloth, collect just something, even the hair, to go and bewitch you. So what they do is, because if they go, they do their things, and this thing is put in a pot. And you know, someone, they believe the item that they have gotten, the item that they have gotten from you, it is what they will use to trap you, kind of trap you and put you at some place. In that, if it's not for, they don't want you to be prosperous, to progress, to be well off in life. It's kind of a trap. They trap you with that. Huh? So this guy had a pot, and the pot, now the snake sleeps on those stuffs. And of course, at the end of the day, there are a lot of things they do secretly, which you may not understand, but for them they understand. And so things will be staying in that pot. So the day the villagers ambushed his home and got everything, a lot was seen. He was actually caught and taken to the nearest police station. And all those things, after the pot was broken, a huge clay pot, huge clay pot. He was made to carry his he was made to carry his pot on the head until to the police station, and people were singing people were singing some songs, uh, like you see sometimes when you've done something that is so brave or requires a lot of courage, there are some songs that you'll sing. So they were singing songs of victory and so on, and he was in front and carrying his things on the head. And he was taken to the police station. On arriving there, the pot was broken and there were a lot of things. Of course, the snake was killed right away when he was in the home. Yes, some wigs, sometimes, nowadays I see like people are just lazy. Okay, I'll say they are lazy. The way people throw around stuffs, any stuff that you've put on your head like a wig, eh? Sometimes back in the village, you really needed to be careful with your stuffs. You really needed to be careful with your stuffs, because at some point you are not going to like it, because in the villages you trust no one, and especially if you hear maybe some people are doing this, you got to be careful with your things, very careful enough that no stuff of yours you are leaving it anyhow. But nowadays I just see ladies remove their wigs and they are putting it anyhow, and I'm like, hey, where did you grow, you guys? Your stuffs like this are some of the stuffs that we were told back then growing up in the village. Take care of your stuffs. Be the cloth that is maybe it's torn, and you want to dispose it. You rather burn it. You burn it completely in a manner that there's no any piece remaining that someone may find and do something funny to it, or do something funny with it. During those days when you are shaved, there's a saying, yes, a wig being witched if he knows. Yes, a wig being witched in a manner that if he knows this wig is yours, and he or she has been looking for you for a very long time, and he gets the wig that you have been putting on your head, that's the first item this person to get you. He'll get you by the wig, just to capture you. Through that wig, this person has evil powers to capture you. This is a true story. Africa. They always say, I hear some people refer to things like Africa, maybe this is not for beginners, and blah 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 is all for beginners. At some point, I always end up also saying, Africa, in that manner, it will not be so easy if you are going to put your stuffs like this. Actually, a wig, someone gets you by your wig. Leave alone with the wig. Do you know that they just want a little hair of you, or a little hair of you? But that wig, it's enough for this person to deal with you. It will be like it is used as a point of contact to reach you. That will be a point of contact. Do you know some place? It's like it will be like a medium to transfer or to any powers that they want to frustrate you with. They will actually be able to do that through the wig, because it will be a point of contact. Like that's what they have, like a medium. When you want to connect electricity from point A to point B, C, D, you need to use what? What do you need to use? You may need to use some cables. You need the cables, so that get this electricity from point A to point B and C and then D. Yes, so that's it. That's how they do it. Like it will be point something of yours. That's a like a conductor, kind of a conductor, something that will be used as long as it belongs to you and that you are the person that they are interested in. Mm-hmm. Yes. It actually, in this case, it's not a wig being the wig is not being witched, but it is the wig being used as a point of contact to get you, because at some point you have put it on your head. You have been covering this wig with your head. So somehow there's a way you are. So through that you are God. They get you their evil powers. Yeah, they're very deep things that I might have a nightmare tonight. Worry not. These are hey, sorry about that, but it is deep. It is deep. These things are very deep. Let me not continue about them because hey, growing up and understanding some things, the way some things work, it's been like, what? This is what happens? So people can do this? No, oh, you won't have a nightmare. Oh, sorry. You are reminding me of the young me. You are actually reminding of the young me. Growing up as a young boy, and this happened to me until when I was in the in the teen, in the teen, eh? As a teenage, growing up, I saw this thing was there until it when I reached maybe 19. That's when 19, 18, around there, 18, 19. That's when I fought it off and like it's no longer part of me. At some point, there's some things I will not go seeing because I had this memory, so a strong memory. Like if you see something and then it is just in the night, it's all in the night that you have to remember, and it will be scaring you. Like you've seen something during the day, but it arrives in the night. You remember about it, and you're like, oh, it's giving you trouble. For example, for me seeing a dead, like it was a no for me. I'll not do that. Because how comes you'll be like sleeping and then you remember I saw someone who's dead, and it used to trouble me. I will not have sleep that night. Now I'll just be awake. You're reminding me of that. That's a young me by then, actually. It's okay, I'm joking. Ah, yeah, but it reminds me of growing up and some of the things that you will see in there are like, no, when the night comes, you are like, so, like, even walking in the dark, it will be a problem. You'll not be sent in the dark anyway, like, you don't want to be in the dark. Like, some dark places, you are like, oh, you remember, like, maybe something is going to catch me, and you are like something is going to catch you. What's that that's going to catch you? Yeah, it was a fear that I really don't know where it was coming from. And nowadays, but most also growing up, things. There are some age right now, the kids of today, during our time, they behave differently. During our time, you will not, the way they behave, maybe they are not fearing anything like. Yes, but which things to do witchcraft and weird stuffs like keeping of hyena, leopards in Africa are just, I think, and Nigerians are the most. Nigerians are number one. Nigerians are number one. Uh, because for them, I've seen they sell some weird stuffs in the market like crows. Bro, you kill a crow, you kill a crow. They don't do anything like I think they just I don't know how what they do, but they just remove okay. It's dead, but it's full actually. It's dead and very dry. You ask someone what's this for, and they're like, this one's for doing rituals. For doing rituals. What about the rituals, bro? What's that? Oh my. Irene Zap. Hello everyone. Hello Irene. How are you, Irene? Nice to see you. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you, Irene Zap. Yes. So it's weird. Hey, it's strange. It's strange. It's strange. Some things. And do you know that some parts they were very they things like let me tell you about the witchcraft or the thing of collecting items. So like inner clothes, when one collects your inner clothes, that's the worst one. Let them not have you. Maybe they let them not have your inner wears, huh? Like the panties and the boxers. That's more dangerous. That's used to be more dangerous. If they get that, they got part of life, like that part of life of you. They got it in their palm completely. This way you find where the Irene Zab says, I'm doing well, host. Thanks for asking. Just finished my premiere a few minutes ago. Oh, okay. Thank you so much for joining us on this stream. Really appreciate Irene Zap. Yes. So like those sensitive, like very sensitive wares, the inner wares, that used to be the most dangerous things that you should not let anyone anyone get them, because the moment the moment actually it's not African culture, but I call it African witchcraft. It's African it's African witchcraft. It's African witchcraft. Such cultures, I will not support such cultures, because if it was a culture, they will do it. They will do it. They will do it openly. Like the Maasais do it openly. This is going to okay. It's not openly, but among themselves, they get to see what's going on, because there's a lot of things that involve with secrets and so on. So with this, there's culture, but this one it's this one it is a little bit weird to do with the culture. It's a little bit weird, and of course it's not supported by the others. It's not supported, because if others are complaining about it, like no, this person is not doing good to us, then it's not something good. But it is something that's amongst the people. It's something that's amongst the people, in that they do not want some things happen to certain people, they have a way, mean way, evil way of controlling some good things that will be happening to individuals, certain individuals. No? So just evil, evil, evil. These are evil ways actually. Yeah. Because if it was something good, something that can help people, it will be impressed by many. People will want to also practice it. But this one, it's just for the few, and it's kind of a secret thing. Mhm. Yes. Yeah, so it's a little bit different from the cultures because cultures are impressed by community, but this one you'll find the community, the same community, or this person is part of this community, but they are like, no, 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 you are really giving us trouble, you are hurting us. So such when they cry, it means it's not it's something good. And somebody if he's taking your inner ways, and they can actually make you not have children. They can do with their weird stuffs and make you not have children. Like you'll be looking for children. You are looking for a kid. You are not like you and your whatever your wife, your woman, trying to conceive. It's impossible. Why? Because just someone got your earwares and they went to do something evil to it that has blocked, that has created roadblock for you in your life. Like you want this thing, but there's something like doing this, something blocking, huh? Something blocking your way, not to get that, not to get what you're supposed to get, not to get what you want. Yes. Oh my, very strange. There are a lot of strange things that go on in secrets, and people are like, no. But the good thing is that these evil practices will be no, the villagers will notice them, will will actually notice them, and they will be firm. They will come out and say, no, 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 no. This one, no. Would not want such in this village. And most of the time these people that were doing such things will you'll find them moving from one place to another, because once they are noticed, they will begin to find a new place, to go to a new place that they do not know them most of the time. If they find a place, I'm told, with their powers, they try to cover themselves with their powers, and they may stay in a place for a very long time doing evil. But once they are noticed, they may keep moving from one place to another, finding new areas that no one knows them. Hmm. Yeah, I really appreciate. Thank you so much for the likes. Thank you so much for the likes. Yes, we're we're remaining with few watch hours, and it will be good. Probably early next month, maybe this channel will be monetized again. Just cross fingers for me, guys, that everything goes smooth. Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay. This is the moment. Yes, the moment. Jesus. So much to see. The marathon runners are from your region. Yeah, most like they are from not my original, like not my original region, but from this region that I am. Yeah, most of them, like the entire Rift Valley region, produces those marathon runners. The likes of Kipchoge, Keino. Actually, the oldest Kipchoge Keino is just somewhere here on the way to my home. Yeah, it's somewhere there is close like my neighbor on the other side, Kipchoge Keino, the oldest guy. He comes from this region. We have so many like spreading on the other side. But this one is always this one is always taken as it's an upcoming city, or it's the city that's trying to get on its yeah. So they consider this one as a training center. And also there's another place called Iten. Mostly this is where they consider, yeah, neighboring county. So my county is just immediately on this other side. So we are neighboring. But right now I have a residence in this county, of which produces most marathon runners. Yo. Yeah, this is where most, if you ask someone to give you direction of a place, you'll be given that direction as if this place is so very close to you, because they are used to walking long distance or running. So they think this place is so it's just close, not very far. The moment you will begin to follow the direction given, you will find that place it's miles away. You'll find it's miles and miles away. Or kilometers. Yeah, but we have, yeah, some mostly Maradonas, yes, here. But these short races like 100 meters, we produce them because those ones require people that have strong ties and strong in masculine. Those that are masculine, you see, those short races. The relays. So these other places produce those people that run short races, the likes of Omanyala and so on, come from other communities. And if you'll find, if someone from the other place, they were born here, if they were born and raised here, you'll find them, because what really makes them different is just that this place is hilly, kind of valley. So there's a way that your lungs enlarge, and they adapt different characteristics from those of the other people that are in different regions. So this is what helps these guys to to run so long distances that eh? Ah, and there's another one I saw. He is on TikTok here. He likes complaining. And there's something that I've just remembered. What's driving this guy? I don't know if Kali, have you seen these guys, the Kubala guys? These guys are actually are they trying to invade? They're in Scotland and they are just coming up with something that is so. What's happening with these guys? Kubala Kingdom. That's why I was at some point I'm like, Africa is not for the beginners. Africa is not for beginners. There's a guy, he's actually in Scotland. He's an African. This guy, he has invaded some place. He's been trending on TikTok. Yes, those three. So this guy has decided to start a kingdom in someone's kingdom. Starting a kingdom in someone's kingdom. And he's so serious. Those are some, if you're not serious, those are some serious ancestral spirits that have been triggered from where he comes from. You see, most of the time, kingdom of Kubala, most of the time here in Africa, that's why I'm telling you Africa is not for the beginners at some point. When you when somehow you prosper and you are lucky to go to fly and like go abroad, it becomes a big issue. These people go like the kings, man, and the your relatives that have remained behind, and they know very well you have traveled abroad. They will want to do anything. They will want to do anything to see you, to see you, like just to make you nothing. To make you nothing. And most of the cases you follow up, and that's why sometimes I agree. I agree with the thing which they say life is spiritual, because you can travel. You have traveled from your place, from Africa. You are in Europe. You are abroad, but someone manages to trap you. Someone manages to trouble you while you are there. How the name Kubala means kingdom, either in Ghana or Zimbabwe. So basically, it's kingdom of kingdom. Kubala. Okay. These guys. It will be if you try following up this one, it will be something deep. It is something deep, and it starts from their origin, the place of origin. So in Africa, you can actually travel. You can actually run away. Maybe you think you are very far away, and these people that you share you share ancestors with, they are going to arise those ancestors, and these ancestors will come looking for you wherever you are. And that's something so weird here in Africa. It's something bad. So I was looking at these guys and I'm like, what's going on? You guys, you just go someone's property, like you invade someone's land and you are like, our kingdom, we are setting up our kingdom right here. This is something deep. It is something deep. It's not just something that You can say, oh, this common, it's okay. And of course, at the end of the day, these guys are not okay. There are some forces that are driving them so bad. And if you follow up the origin of these things, just goes back to their motherland. Their motherland. And maybe you'll find out that they are kingsmen and whatever the relatives that remain there, they are not so happy with them being there abroad. So they have to trigger, because you share the ancestors. They end up triggering them to follow you. And you'll be, in no minutes, you'll be acting crazily, and you're like, what's going on? And just needs some deep understanding to get to the bottom of that matter. Yes. Oh, yeah, but so far there are things that I've come to understand, and it is deep. It is so deep in a manner that we have things controlling things. We have things that are end up controlling some other things. We have people controlling things using some things. Yo, okay. Basically, I'll be ending in a few. Like, let's do only 8 minutes, and I'll be seeing you on the next one, guys. Let's do more 8 minutes, and we'll be out. We'll be out. We'll be out there. Otherwise, how is it, Loret City? Yeah, it's cool. It's raining. Actually, the rains in a few before what, like some 40 minutes ago, it was drizzling, and during the day it had actually rained. Evening, that was evening. It rained, and some few 40 minutes ago, it's been drizzling out. Yeah. So it's so cold. It's a little bit cold, but not so much, just a little cold. Yes. But we thank God for the rain. We thank God for everything. I know Nairobi, it's dry. Probably it's dry over there. And you know it's crazy. Somehow it's been going like for 2 days without raining, and when it comes, it rains so heavily. It rains heavy. I think the weather patterns are not there. There are so many changes in the weather pattern because it's not always like this. It's not always like this. So obviously the weather patterns change. There are changes in the weather patterns. So guys, I appreciate guys. Thank you so much for always coming to support your boy. Kali MTN, win ball. We have no ego, no ego is still there, no ego, and the rest. I know, I know, I know. Shaz Levin travel today. Maybe she isn't able to join us, but thank you so much, guys. I appreciate from the bottom of my heart. From the bottom of my heart, I appreciate you guys, and I'm really thankful. Yes, so we are almost ending this live stream, and I'll be seeing you on the next one probably. I'll be seeing you on the next live stream. Yeah, Kali MTN, Winball, and whoever else. Bye bye, guys. See you on the next one. God willing. God bless you, guys. God bless you. God bless you for me. Thank you so much. Yes, have a good night, Kali. I know it's tomorrow the streets of Nairobi. Nairobi await you. I know the streets of Nairobi await for you tomorrow. So please have a good rest, bro. We'll see you on the next one. Bye bye, guys. Bye.